there's an app for that. It's a common phrase these days, but is there a way to really use that to grow your business? I'm Jamie Gorman, the host of Be Better at Business TV, and I'm here this morning with Pat Ennis, the Regional Manager for American Solutions for Business here in Manassas, Virginia. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Jamie. How are you today?
Great. Okay, so I'm interested. I'm interested in this marketing with mobile applications, but how do I get started? How do I decide, hey, is this really right for my business within my industry? What methods should I use? And then, who do I use to kind of make this all happen?
Yeah. Well, I would say that we've kind of covered a lot of things, but it comes down to three basic steps you have to take.
Okay.
First, you have to have a strategy, and that's understanding who it is that buys from you and what they want to do in the context of the environment in which they're buying. So
Right.
if you have somebody who wants to do their banking, you need to think about where they're going to be. Are they going to be in their car? Are they going to be in front of the TV? Where is it that they want to do their work? Same way with
Hopefully they're not doing their work while they're driving their car.
Well,
we do not advocate that.
We are not advocating that.
Okay, good.
We're not saying it doesn't happen. We're saying we don't advocate it.
But they're passenger who's navigating.
That's right.
But definitely if they're mobile, kind of in a mobile site rather than in their office.
Yeah, exactly. If you get a check from somebody and you want to deposit it, and you can basically scan it or take a picture of it
Right.
and send it to the bank. That's pretty cool. If they're if it's midnight and
Right.
you're only opening your and you want to deal with it. So that's a great application. If somebody wants to order a pizza, again, you want to know where they're doing it. So that's the first step, strategy. The second step is design. We've talked about the fact that you don't have very long to capture somebody. So
Right.
you really have to have a good design. And getting an experienced designer is a huge part of being successful with mobile.
Okay.
And the third thing is development. Getting an experienced developer who knows how to render for different devices, who knows how to make sure that Apple likes your phone,
Right.
likes your app, because if you want it on the iStore, they're going to have to approve it, and they have some pretty strict guidelines as to how it should be
Okay.
prepared. Most apps that you submit to Apple don't get in the first time.
Okay.
All right, so most of them come back at least once. They make you change some things, and you bring them back. And then again, knowing what to use is important. But if it were me, I would come to someone like you at Sigma Business and say,
Well,
help me
thanks.
strategize. Help me strategize. Help me understand, and write a plan for this. And what am I going to do once I have the app? How am I going to use it to continue to market? Right? Because it's a marketing tool, and you
Right.
want to continue to push out new content, push out coupons, that kind of stuff.
And I would think that a lot of the strategy has to do with, because you don't have the real estate from a screen size, I would expect that a lot of the strategy has to do with really narrowing your focused action, right? So you mentioned the pizza, right? It can't be building this whole thing about, the ingredients and all that kind of stuff. You got to get them there and say, order pizza, here's how you do it, so that you don't lose them in that first 7 seconds. So I would assume that a lot of the strategy and messaging has to do with really getting people focused.
Yeah, it's a lot about making sure that it's like a newspaper. What's above the fold is
Right.
what you see. Yes, they decide, okay, I want to learn more, they can scroll down. But the first thing they should see is the thing they came there to do.
Right.
Right? And then just design is important, because just things like fat fingers and buttons and
Yeah.
being able to get, not have to fight with things, and not having to, having a link that says, okay, I pushed this button and it made the phone call for me instead of
Right.
having to remember the number and
dial.
open it up and dial it. Those are critical design and development things that you can help them plan, or we can help
Right.
them execute.
Okay.
So,
And I'm assuming, like most marketing things that we talk about, that integrating it with other marketing techniques is pretty important and can have a pretty big impact. What have you seen there, and what kind of recommendations do you make as far as how do I integrate now this mobile strategy with the rest of my marketing strategy?
yeah, it's not going to be in a vacuum. And,
Okay.
And again, only a percentage of your customers are out on the phone, right? The rest of them are still in the traditional world. So it goes back to standard, what we talked about in marketing now often, which is, one, you're trying to attract people, and then you're trying to interact with them, and then you're trying to capture them. So So attracting people, the integration with the mobile is great because you've got signs and billboards and magazine QR codes and email campaigns. All of that integrates with the phone, and you want to make sure that you have a landing page for them where they can get to, and that they can scan your ads and your billboards. And you can imagine someone driving down the road and they see something that says, 4 miles ahead, 50% off Gucci bags or something like that, right? They're going to want to go, how do I get there,
Yeah.
right? And they're going to pull over first, right? So
Pull over first.
pull over
right?
first. But you've got 4 miles for them to get to you,
Right.
right? But so if you have an easy way for them to get directions that says, wow, okay, I put it in, I got the directions, I can go there right
Right.
now on my phone is going to take me there,
Right.
I just follow whatever it tells me to do, I'll be there, and I'll be able to shop at 50% off. That's a great interaction and integration. On the other side, once you've interacted with them and got them, doing a two-way conversation with you, it's great for other types of marketing like loyalty programs and coupons.
Okay, yeah.
Pushing out different kinds of ways to continue to build that
Right.
audience.
So once you can capture them, then you can kind of move them into your direct marketing type of a approach.
Right.
Okay.
And one of the things I should mention is most of these most apps come with a dashboard.
Right.
So what you're doing is you're going on every couple of days and you're saying, okay, I'm going to have a Tuesday special, or I'm going to have
Right.
this is the month of, and I'm going to push that out, right? And so it's an ongoing, inexpensive way to market,
Okay.
if for your existing customers.
Great. Well, I think we have time for one more question. Once again, we are live, so you can chat in your questions. And today we have our guest readers. We have Kiefer from Tennessee.
Hi. Do you see any new technologies on the horizon that a business should jump on?
Right. So they talk about things changing all the time. So what do you see from a new technologies, or what's the next trend? What are the things that businesses should be kind of looking at as, hey, let me jump on the next wave?
Well, that's Kiefer. That's a great question. Also, there are really, I think what you're going to see happening is the phones are going to keep getting better, right? So things like near-field communications are going to replace QR codes over the next couple of years. The cameras are going to keep getting better. You're going to be able to do more video. So the cameras are going to get better. Then the technology on the back end, the apps, the options for apps are going to get better. So you're going to have more things to do there. And I think, as these phones get more and more personal, as we get databases behind them, where you can track more about your customers, you'll be able to continually market to your customers in a more finite, personalized, segmented manner.
Okay. So with mobile applications, it almost looks, and with mobile marketing in general, you kind of see the next couple of years being a refinement and an improvement on how it can be more effective, more so than any big brand new technology that's overcoming anything, probably.
Yeah, I would say that, I'm probably not enough of a futurist to know.
Okay.
Every time, if you think about it, Gmail was invented less than 10 years ago.
Yeah.
so things have just changed so much
Right.
in that 10 years. I'm sure really everything is going to be mobile pretty soon.
Okay.
By 2020, the idea of doing work on it. One of the things that I think is kind of cool is we think of mobile apps as being external to the business environment,
Right.
To the internet. One of the things that's happening is we're now doing this bring your own device, BYOD.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you've got people coming to work with their own computers.
Right.
And they're doing social sharing. They're actually working on problems together. So now somebody says, hey, we just got this new customer and they want to do X. And somebody else comes in and says, hey, I think you should offer them this, or we should do it
Right.
this way. And it's all going to happen
So
pretty
the
much.
collaboration internally.
Yeah, and phones are just going to make that even better, even more effective, even faster.
Yeah, so some of the internal process. Once again, we have Pat Ennis, who's the Regional Manager of American Solutions for Business here in Manassas, Virginia. And Pat, why don't you just take a minute or so and tell us a little bit more about American Solutions for Business?
Great, thank you. And again, thanks for having me. American Solutions, we're a marketing services company. Our office here in Northern Virginia specializes in branding and helping people be successful on the marketing basis. But we are a national company. We have over 500 sales associates, and they're all focused on helping their customers. We do things like campaign management and printing and production. We offer a lot of services, design, mobile apps,
Right, absolutely.
websites, and we do it all kind of in a market coaching kind of approach. So we'll help you do promotional audits, we'll write content, we do a lot of services as well.
Okay, great. Well, it's a great time to be in marketing, right?
It's
A
fun.
lot going on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun, and small businesses are really empowered now. So, we can really help them be successful.
Great, great. Well, thanks again for joining us. I'm Jamie Gorman, the host of Be Better at Business TV. Better business leads to better decisions, and that leads to better results within your business. Thanks for joining us on today's show.